Hi, my name's Costas.
I'm Chris.
Welcome to the 9th episode of the weekly magazine.
Oh, what we got in store this week then, Costas?
We have two fantastic new products. Literally,
brand spanky, sparkly new.
One of them hasn't even been on the market for a week.
Which is?
360 by Wayne Dobson.
360 by Wayne Dobson, so we'll be looking at that.
And the other effect we'll be looking at is Fair Play by
Steve Haynes and Paul Harris. So yeah, that's exciting. Two brand new things.
Right, a couple of things. We have got a winner for last week's word. And
the word was crimp.
So
there was a few clues in there. So the word's crimp.
Here you go.
Here we go.
Go inside.
Ow! Hang on. Let's have a delve around in there. Fantastic. So the winner is Graham Robinson. Well done, Graham.
Graham Robinson, I think, put the comment on YouTube.
Okay, so
talking about YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be updated every time we upload a new show.
Yeah, Graham, if you get in touch, drop us an email at the shop. We'll be sending.
Yeah, or I'll send you a message as well.
Okay, mate.
We have a new word.
Now, normally we do this for each other, right? Yeah. We decided. Costas decided we do it slightly different this week because he couldn't think of a word. So Don, say hello, Don.
No, we try something different.
Don, our cameraman, has come up with a word this week. So neither of us have a clue what this is. Let's have a look. And okay, I'm assuming there should be an E on there, and Don can't spell.
Yes, I'm no good at spelling.
Okay,
yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Okay, got it. So, that's it then. On with the show.
That's another cop out.
Yeah. So on with the show. Hope you enjoy it. These are all different, all mixed up, right? I'll get you to do this, Andy. Then. Simon, even.
Yeah, there you go.
See.
Would you pick a card?
Yeah, anyone.
Right, okay.
Totally free choice. Don't let me influence you at all. Brilliant. Have a look at it. Show the camera. Take the pen, and I want you to write your name on there, so it's visible to the camera.
On the card side.
Yeah, on the face. Yeah, that's all done. Let me see. Got it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Pop it back there. Brilliant. Excellent. So, pretty fair. Would you agree?
Yeah.
What about you, Simon? Do you reckon that's fair?
Yeah, it's really fair.
So do you reckon, if after you've shuffled the cards, do you reckon there's any chance I could know what your card is and where it is?
No.
What do you reckon?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so you go on then, you shuffle them. Give them a good mix. So if I know where your card is after that mix, would you be impressed?
I'll be highly impressed.
Would you? Do you remember this here?
Ah.
My card's in there.
Take the lid off there. Okay, so that's been there the whole time, right? I haven't been anywhere near that, have I?
No.
Well, there's a card there. Inside that box, yes.
Yeah.
Unfold it.
Look at me, my card in this. Oh, that's just showing off, isn't it? That's just showing off, that is.
Thank you.
That's brilliant.
So, Simon, what did you think of the clear box?
No, I thought the clear box trick was absolutely brilliant. I genuinely had no idea. I thought you were just gonna pull my card out and it would be on the top. I'd absolutely no idea I did that. It was brilliant.
It was good. Thank you. So, Costas, that was 360. Wayne Dobson's new release. What did you think?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. Go on. Elaborate.
Well, first of all, you go in to receive something in the post, and you open your Jiffy bag or however it comes, and you're going to take this out. And the presentation of it, first of all, is great.
So you look at things from a magic dealer's point of view, don't you?
Well,
and
I
the
do.
aesthetics of everything. Now I look at it as a performer, and I'm not interested in what it comes in. It could come in a big brown envelope.
But the thing is,
it's what's inside the box.
It's when you go inside, it gets even better.
Well, that's it. You see.
Well, that's it. So not only the presentation box is great, you do get a black velvety bag.
Yeah, to carry it around it. Yeah.
And you get the box, Now the box alone is really well made.
Yeah. It's been especially made for this.
And it's very substantial.
That's important. It's been especially made for this trick rather than finding something and adapting it. Okay, is that a fair comment?
No, absolutely.
So it's been especially made from the ground up, and I mean there's quite a few Card to Impossible locations that are around at the moment. You know, there's some other clear boxes like this. There's the mystery box that's been around for a long time. Somebody came up with a carding lighter a while ago. Now this is one of my favourite plots, Card to Impossible location, and I've got to say, this is one of the better ones out there.
No, absolutely, and it's very practical.
Yeah,
it's very, very, very practical.
I've seen a few people on forums being a little bit negative about it before it's come out because of the principle that's involved. Now,
yeah,
I think that is its biggest strength, because when you finish this routine, right, you finish clean that box. I mean, I wouldn't ever advocate saying to somebody, hand it out, saying examine everything. But if anybody does say, let's have a look at that box, you can hand it out.
As a magician, we have to audience manage all the time.
Of course, yeah.
And so the method is not a problem. You're not going to allow your spectators to grab everything.
Well, the thing is, right, I've been performing this type of routine for a long time, many years, right? And if people are more interested in what it's come out of than unfolding the card to see that it's their signed card, then you're doing something wrong.
No, absolutely.
But having said that, this is one of the cleanest methods out there, because you know, that's been there, the signed card's been there the whole time, and at the end that box is unmistakably empty.
I think I'm going to backtrack slightly towards the method, and I think a lot of the comments regarding the method being used in this particular trick, and a lot of people are a bit negative regarding that particular method, is because you don't see this method really used in close-up magic. No. And so they're not familiar with it. They're not used to using this. But
well, that's the clever thing, isn't it? Because Wayne used to do a lot of illusions and stuff when he was on TV. So he's took some of that knowledge from illusions and brought it into
the close-up environment.
And that's a really clever thing. I think it's
when we were playing with this, and just before we were going to film this was sitting there with the secret or the gimmick in play.
You didn't even notice, did
and
you?
I didn't notice. So when you moved everything around, I had to backtrack, thinking I never saw that.
No.
I did not see it.
You spectators haven't got a chance. And the thing is, right, basically, you hand that card out for them to unfold. And, you know, if this was me, I would be picking up the bag, putting the bag in my pocket, leave the box there for a couple of beats, pick that up as well. But this is a closer, you're not going to top something like this. So for me, it's a real winner. I think it's great.
Because you use John Allen's destination box.
I do,
all the time.
Yes.
How would you say this fares with it? Is it something that you would use as often as the destination box, or?
I think they're two different things, you see.
So that's what I want to get to, because I believe they are. Because this is a clear box, and I think there's a different use for it.
There's two different things, because with the destination box, when they open it up, and the same with mystery box and others, when they open that box up and the card's in there, well, with the destination box, of course, you can use a ring or a bill or whatever. It's a surprise. Whereas with this, I think it lends itself to other things. Yeah. You know, you can easily adapt the gimmick, and you can have a note, or you could have a prediction, and that's where I think, you know, that its potential lies. Not the way I did it was just a standard sign card. I wouldn't go that way. Maybe a thought of card, or a billet with some information or something. But as far as the destination box goes, I think they're like apples and oranges. They're totally different.
This is small. It's compact. It can fit in your pocket, and it's the routine is very simple. It's very easy. All you need to do is one move as such, which...
There's ways to do it without the move.
Yeah.
And also, I've got to say on that you don't get a DVD with this, and this seems to be becoming more and more
you get links inside the box.
You get a YouTube link, which I personally don't have a problem with. There's a nice tip. I didn't know this. I'd seen somebody shared this with me a few years ago. But there's a nice Tommy Wonder tip on how to, if you're a bit ropey with your mercury fold.
Yeah.
There's a really nice way of doing it, so it makes it practical.
So we are telling people that you need to know how to do a mercury card fold.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was trying to avoid it, but
sorry.
It's logical. The only way that can be in there is by doing a mercury card fold, and then
anyway,
so that's how it works.
Yeah, but there's a nice tip on there by Tommy Wonder, Tommy Wonder idea. So, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a real winner. It's commercial. I would definitely use this out there in Gigland, definitely. Although I haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't used it yet, but I would.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would definitely be trying this out. It's very practical. It's very, very deceptive. You're going to read a lot of rubbish, as far as I'm concerned, from people that have not got this and haven't used it, because they don't know how deceptive this really is. And all they're doing is going with what their logical mind is apparently telling them. Now, the principle involved in this trick is very deceptive.
Sometimes you have to think. You have to think like a layman, and you have to think back to what it was like the first time you see something yourself. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw Mystery Box. It absolutely destroyed me. I had no clue. So I think sometimes you have to do that. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, 360 is a definite winner.
Highly recommended.
Well done, Wayne, and Michael.
Michael Sullivan, who gives a great explanation of how to use this one.
Well done, guys. Love it. I need to borrow a couple of things off you. Actually, have you got your wallet with you?
Have
you left it over there? We can actually we'll use mine then just to speed this up. Right, we're going to use a card. And have you got any money?
No.
Don't be. Got to use my money as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Use a fiver.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't trust me.
And normally I would borrow these, but you know, we're flying on the seat of the pants here. Okay. Now what I want you to do, I want you to pick up any one of those and pop it in your pocket.
What, any of them?
Actually, I'm just going to leave that there as well. Yeah, any one of those three things, put them in your pocket.
Okay. Any particular pocket?
Any pocket. And then you're going to choose one of those items for me and one for yourself. Okay. Do you want to change any of those?
Nah, I'm a cheapskate. I'll go with a penny.
Okay. So this was this was down here the whole time.
Yeah.
You could have mixed them around. You could have done anything you like. There's a prediction written on there, and it was there in the whole thing. So just read it out.
I have committed myself.
Read it out loud.
Pocket has card. I have coin, and you have bill.
Thank you.
Fair Play.
Fair Play
By Steve Haynes
and Paul Harris.
Now, honest opinion.
Do you know what? It's one of those things where it's so clever and so well made that you know it's great, isn't it? It's an effect that I am fond of. That I've got my own take on this. Okay, and it's something that I have used. I wouldn't necessarily use it at a show, but it's something that you can have sat on your keyring and you can go at any moment. Okay, so it's so clever, so well made.
I raved about the cleverness behind Waterworks.
Yeah, and this is made by the same guy, by Uday
Jaduga.
Yeah.
The method, the gimmick itself is fantastic. It's so clever.
Yeah.
It's like a James Bond type toy.
It is, yeah. Well, a few years ago, Peter Egging put the key fob with the photograph on. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
And he's kind of took that idea and then just took it a stage further, really.
Quite a few steps, I think.
But it's based on Free Will, which is a routine that Elmwood Magic released a few years ago. Now I think I'm getting this guy's name right. It's Denny Cabusier, and that used to use some weird-looking discs. It was if
you're into bizarre magic,
do bizarre magic.
It
was perfect. You had a little bag with some discs in there, and then the nice thing about that, of course, was you could do it with the discs face down and stuff. So now, what this has done is it enables. Now this is actually my keys, my car key, my house keys. This will sit on your keys and it's ready to go. Everything else you just borrow off someone. So a credit card. It's an item that they're going to have with them. So a coin.
Well, you mentioned
card,
that
notes.
it's not something that you would use at your gigs.
No.
However, saying that, most people that buy magic nowadays are people that have got a full-time job and they're hobbyists, or they might do an occasional gig. So having this on your keyring at any one time is ideal for them.
Well, of course, the other thing is when I've finished a show, I want, you know, I'm going on my way home very often, especially at my residency.
On the way out, you get asked for another trick.
Exactly.
And this is again ideal. You've
so
got
everything else is packed away in my case.
Take your keys out.
I've got my car keys, and bang, you can do it. So
and this is self-working.
You got to be there.
Yeah, you got to be there. But there's nothing really you need to do to get this right.
There's no real mental gymnastics, is there?
There's nothing you need to secretly do or anything, because everything happens the moment you basically take this out of this plastic thing.
It's very clean. The gimmick is incredibly well made. It should last you a long time. The routine is good. The nice thing about this is you can physically change any of the objects.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can change the objects that they've got as often they want, and also
they've decided that's it, you know, and you still got it covered.
The great thing is they can handle this as much as they like.
Yeah, you can't find anything.
You can't find anything. You can't deactivate or activate anything on this.
So what this is, let's just talk about what this is actually is. It's supposed to. Well, it's not supposed to. It does look like it should have a photograph inside there. In fact, when you take the inner piece out, it's got a piece of paper there with a prediction written on it. Okay, and on the front here, I don't know if you can see that on camera, probably not. It says photo here. Okay, so it's an innocent looking prop. All right. Now, Costas, you had an issue with people worrying about the word bill. Yeah,
well, this one here is the bill version, which is apparently the US version. And there was a lot of confusion that was created the past week regarding the UK version that says note instead of bill. But playing with this for a couple of days, I think we've created a lot of confusion for nothing. There's a lot of customers, they're waiting for the note version and not going ahead and buying this bill version because apparently it's an American version.
Yeah.
Because it's not an American version. It should, as far as I'm concerned, of being the only version. Because
apart from foreign languages, I get that.
Yeah.
People want it in French and stuff. That's fine.
Or Japanese or whatever. Yeah. That's understandable.
But the word bill in this country, people know what bill means.
Yeah, they associate it with a lot of things. You've got everyone knows what a bill is, as in currency, but you could also get a bill from a restaurant, which is a restaurant bill. And my belief is that the bill version it's stronger and much more versatile for this reason. If you've got the note version, you've only got the word note, which is currency. If you got bill, you can have a dollar bill in your pocket. So it brings another element in part of your routine in. You've also got a restaurant bill. So you've got much more scope to create a different storyline rather than just, you know, having note. But also, in part of your verbal with the spectator, if you mention bill and then start talking about note or currency or whatever, when you read the outcome, it's not unusual for you to read out the word bill, because they know what it is and they would associate it automatically with the currency that you've got on the table.
Okay.
Don't you agree?
I think people get their knickers in the twist over the daftest little things. It doesn't matter.
No, absolutely, but from a dealer's point of view, I'm just trying to emphasise because there's confusion regarding...
Personally, it wouldn't matter to me. I've got the US version, and that's the one. I'm not going to buy the note version. I don't think it makes a jot of difference. All I can say about this is, if you like the idea of the effect and you like the idea of having magic on your keyring to be able to do it at a moment's notice, then this is absolutely...
Well, this is actually my one. And I will not
on your
keyrings, but I'm taking it back. And I'm not changing this for the note version because it's just irrelevant.
I was trying to get a freebie there.
Well, you're not going to get a freebie.
You weren't having it.
And that reminds me, bring the other tricks that you've got at home. But yeah, as for Fair Play, I really love the method. It's genius, it's self-working.
It's superbly well made.
And it's a great trick just to have on your keys, and you could just bring it out when you want to perform it, and you don't have to carry anything extra on you. Okay, it's on your keyrings, but it's not like an extra pack of cards or an extra gimmick in that.
I know it's something that you have on you all the time if you drive, or if you need to go into your house. So yeah, it's super. It's excellent.
It won't be good if you're a burglar.
I still got keys.
But it'll be keys for the wrong house. But also, come on, before we go, you got to tell everyone your perceptions on this.
Well, if you look at the gimmick, you've got the smallest little keyring ever there, and on the box here, he gets his finger through it. So the guy who had this photograph taken must have the smallest hands in the world, don't you think?
It must be about this big.
Yeah, it's like mini me. So
no, it'd be much more mini me.
It's mini me's mini me. We're rambling there.
That's it.
Fair play.
Fantastic. This week's question was by John Kerry. If you had 3 effects and you could only perform 3 effects for the rest of your career, what would they be?
So we've had quite a good response this week. Andy Nichols was the first person to get in touch. Sponge balls. Sponge
without the E.
Without the E. Sponge balls. Chicago opener variation. So that was an interesting thing. A lot of people have took effects here and put their own spin on them, which is
a common thing throughout all this, isn't there?
Ring to destination box. So, you know, sponge balls, you're going to get the strongest reaction. When somebody opens their hand and there's 2 sponge balls there, you get a strong reaction.
Why on nearly every show we mention the destination box?
Because it's good.
It's virtually every show it's mentioned somewhere, isn't it?
It's because it's good. It's you know, working pros use it. A Chicago opener, so you've got a card trick, and then a borrowed item to destination box. So nice mix there. Craig Frith in ambitious card, finishing up in an envelope. Ring Flight Revolution again, borrowed ring, coins across. John O'Riordan. John, I hope I'm mentioning your name, saying your name right there, mate. If I'm not, let me know. Coins through table, open travellers, and a 1 cup and ball routine. Again, his own 1 cup and ball routine. And John did give an answer. He said because they are classics. He gave a reason rather. Matt Cupwell, again sponge balls, gypsy thread into needle, $100 bill switch into extreme burn. Paul Gordon has decided to nominate 3 of his own routines. He's gone for diminishing not likely, which, to be fair, is a great routine.
You've used that a few times, haven't you?
I do use that, yeah. Corner Piccadilly, again, I have used that in the past, that's really good. And Easy Ace Estimation. Have you seen that?
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good too. Cosmo Solano has got in touch for the first time, so hi Cosmo. Coins Across, again, classic. And then he's mentioned 2 of his own routines that he's brought to market, and I've got to say...
So I just really realised who Cosmo Solano is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.
The Quantum Connection, I don't know if you've seen that, that's a really cool thing. And International Pocket Change.
That's great.
Matt Wainwright, he's gone a bit rude on us. He's gone a bit phallic. He's got Sponge Ding Dong, Sister Erection and ILC Deck. The corporate gigs are coming in for you, mate.
The clients must love him.
Yeah, and the kid shows as well.
The men are chasing him around the venue, beating him up.
And finally, James Fortune, Sponge Bunnies. Now, James, I've seen him posting on forums in the past. James is a big advocate of Sponge Bunnies, and he actually put in his post that he's been booked just to do Sponge Bunnies. And I'll tell you a little story about that in a second. Imagination coins, so quite a recent effect, so that's good. We've reviewed it here on the show. And ambitious card that incorporates card to wallet and Omni deck. So before we give a few more thoughts on that, what are yours?
Mine is the invisible deck.
Okay.
You know,
classic again, classic.
I don't mind admitting it. Like a lot of magicians, they don't admit they do sponge balls when they do sponge balls at virtually every residency.
Of course,
it's
you do it, yeah.
I've been performing it for over 20 years, got my own routine.
You're not that old, are you?
So I've been performing when I was 1. Again, my own effect, gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Don't go anywhere
been on a
without
previous
it.
show.
And again, I have to go back to Barry Richardson's card at any number. It's just, I love performing that effect. And because I don't go out performing for a living, I don't need to have things that flow from one to the other. You know, those 3 effects will be my staple effects.
Okay.
And what's yours?
Mine are an ambitious card type routine with card to wallet and destination box again, or impossible location, loiter, box, whatever. Ring flight, I use Colin McKenzie's Fly Drive, it's my personal favourite. And coin bending, I'm a bit of a fan. I like bending borrowed coins, bending coins. And finally, Don, our cameraman, his words, sponge balls.
Without the E?
Without the E.
Without the E.
Yeah.
Eye contact, which is... that's a great routine by somebody or other. And, what was the Scotch and soda.
Scotch and soda.
Scotch and soda. John Carey didn't actually leave us with this, did he? So, don't know what yours were, John. And so that's it. Thanks for getting in touch, everyone. We've got the question for next week is, and I haven't run this past Costas yet.
I've got no idea, I didn't even know we had one.
The question for next week is, what is your holy grail effect? Okay, in other words, I mean, people talk about the card at any number as a holy grail, right? So if you could do any effect and it would look as clean as possible, what would that effect be?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah?
That's a nice one.
So give that some thought, and we'll be back next week with more questions and answers.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Hi Chris.
Costas.
Long time no see.
Oh, it's been at least 5 minutes.
I've got 3 objects on the table.
Yeah.
I've got an acrylic rod.
Yes.
I've got a large die, and I've got a ball bearing.
Okay.
What I want you to do is choose one of these objects and put it towards yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You could have chosen any object. But behind here I did have a prediction.
Right.
Now, if you have a look.
Oh, very good.
A die. Great. Now this is Triplex by Wayne Dobson. Released this a few years ago now.
Yeah, it's I'd never seen it before. I came to work here, sort of totally skipped me by somehow. It's really good actually, it's really well made.
The beauty of this trick is the first time you perform it to someone, it would fool them.
The only time you perform
and the only time, you know, it's not something you'll perform twice to the same person.
Well, you shouldn't do that anyway.
No, because there is multiple outs with this. So no matter what the outcome is, because you're only performing it to someone once and they don't know what the outcome will be, it's fantastic. It's great.
You don't, if you're concerned about this thing, you don't need to use that. You could just have like an old coin.
Well, you'd be surprised, and I don't think people have got a problem with that.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's a nice thing because basically it all sits in a little bag here, and you can carry that around in your pocket, and you don't need to put the card box down. You can have the prediction in your hand and place everything else down on the table. So you can quite easily do this strolling, you don't need to use a table.
Now, with this particular effect as well, there's a lot of, it might look simple, but there's a lot of work gone into it. For example, the die, each die, they had to be imported from America. because they're 25mm die, and you can't get these in the UK.
Okay.
So there is a lot of expense in getting this set to put in this set together. Even these are CNC'd for this particular.
Yeah. And the nice thing is, it's a nice lead-in to other mentalism routines. You know, they've got it. They've definitely got a place. I mean, we did Fair Play, you know, which is a 3-way item, and it's the same. Basically, it's the same deal, isn't it? You know, it's 3 things, and you've predicted the outcome. But as far as the spectator's concerned, you know, you tell them that you've got a prediction in your hand before you start. They know, you know, they pick up an item, and you've got it. Do
you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
And it's just occurred to me. I was initially going to discount this for 1 week only for this show. It retails for around £20 odd, and I was going to discount it to 15.
You're going to double the price instead, aren't you?
I am, because I'm going to try and extract as much money as possible. Whoever buys Wayne Dobson's 360, I'm going to give you a triplex free of charge.
That's a fair deal.
That's a fair deal, and I'm hoping many of you take this up, because I'll have to make more. But yeah.
There you go.
Buy 360, you get a triplex free of charge.
So
you get all the props, and the great thing is the prediction can be behind a business card, it can be behind the card box, it can be in your hand.
Yeah. Takes up no, you know, hardly any space.
Well, it all fits up.
All fits in the back there.
So
it's a good trick. I really like it. So yeah, that's the blast from the past triplex.
Excellent. News.
Oh yes, good. Exciting news is, if you live in the area, as of this coming Saturday,
i.e. tomorrow,
the shop is going to be open every Saturday from 10 until 2. So come down, I'll make you a cup of coffee, maybe.
I'm excited.
Maybe. Yeah, so pop down, see what we've got to offer, and I hope to see you. So that's the Tao news.
That is the Tao news. Don't forget to sign up to our YouTube channel, and please comment on wherever you see links to this show. Give us your answers to the question and answer section.
Watch out for the word of the week as well.
It's without an E.
And that's it. So what's the price going to be next week for the word, by the way?
Again, I'll find something for. We say it's £20, but I'm always sending more stuff out. So
20 and 30 quid's worth.
You're always going to get a surprise. We don't know what we're going to send out. And don't forget, if you buy Wayne Dobson's 360, we're going to give you a free triplex. This offer only
for 1 week.
Applies for 1 week. So the morning of the next show, it's not going to happen. And don't phone up. It has to be an online order as well. Order it online and we send it. If you phone up, it won't apply.
Okay, so get ordering. Hope you've enjoyed the show. See you next week.
Thank you very much.